Hello, my friends. Welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm Nina G, and I'm delighted that you've joined me today. I'm calling this practice Pathfinder Yoga. As a reminder, being a Pathfinder isn't about reaching a specific destination. It's not how a pose looks. But being a Pathfinder is about having the courage and the ability to choose your direction in each moment. A Pathfinder discovers his or her own way. So let's think about that as we're practicing yoga today. Let's notice how the body feels and provide it with the opportunity to move in a way that serves your body, your mind today. All you'll need is this chair, and we can get started. Here I am in my chair, and today I've rolled up a blanket just so my feet can reach the floor. I'm going to sit back in my chair. My feet are firmly connected to the earth through the blanket. We can turn our palms up in our lap, and the invitation is to soften or close the eyes. And just arrive here at this place and time, ready for our pathfinding journey. Take a few breaths to arrive. And check in with your energy level today. Are we raring to go? Or do we need a little help getting things moving? There are no wrong answers, so whatever the answer is fine. Notice how your body feels today as well. And as you do that scan of the body, if you're noticing any tension anywhere that perhaps we don't need, see if you can let that go right now. It might be in the shoulders, the jaw, the face. And then return your attention to the breath. Perhaps you can make it a little bit smoother, a little bit slower, evening out the inhales and the exhales. Then we'll stack those palms at heart center, and we'll take a moment to set an intention for this practice, whatever it is that's important to you today. Bring that to the front of your mind. Bring that to the front of your heart. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. We'll take a circle with the shoulders. And we're going to move more to the edge of the chair now. So when I come to the edge of the chair, I no longer need this blanket to connect to the floor with. My feet come down to the floor, and I'm really connected here. When I push down into my feet, I feel like I can get a little bit taller. We'll bring our hands to our laps. And we're going to move right into our cow and cat. So when we inhale, we'll fill up the belly, arch the back. And when we exhale, we'll engage the navel, round the spine, drop the chin. Take 2 more breaths like that. And then come up to a nice tall spine again, tall spine. I'd like us to start thinking about that rounded spine, that cat pose, a little bit differently. So when we exhale, think about you have a little zip up hoodie on, and we're going to zip up from the pubic bone to the navel to the solar plexus, pulling, engaging those muscles, bringing those muscles, and then we round the spine as we always do in our cat pose. When we come to our cow, we'll arch the back, we'll soften those muscles so the belly gets real soft. Okay, so let's try it that way. Take a breath in here, nice tall spine. As you exhale, think about zipping up from pubic bone to navel to solar plexus. All those muscles of the core are engaged. Then when we inhale, we unzip, soften the belly. Let's take two more like that. Rounding, zipping up. You don't need to make the zipping motion, but it helps me. Inhale, soften. One more, zip up. Inhale, soften the belly. And then sit up tall. Check in with how that feels. Notice that awareness of the belly and the muscles of the core. Okay, now let's bring our palms together. Let's let the pinkies touch. And we've got our gaze fixed on our palms right now. We're going to move to a little twist here. As we inhale, we'll take that right thumb out to the right. Follow it with your eyes and your head. So we have a little bit of a twist here in the upper back. When we exhale, we're going to come back, bring the pinkies together. We're keeping the eyes open, inhaling, open left hand, and exhale, return. As we keep the eyes open, we get all of that information coming into the brain, things around us, colors, shapes, people, location. So we get a lot of data here with the eyes open. And we know that we're safe here in this space. Inhaling, open left hand. And exhale, return. And that idea of safety helps to calm down the nervous system. Now this next time that we go to the right, we're going to pause there, staying here. You're turned, you're looking at that palm. What if you lift the palm a bit? Can you lift the gaze, lift the chin perhaps? And then what if you lower the palm? So now it's lower than the shoulder. You could drop the chin a bit. And then bring that hand back. And we'll go to the other side. So as we inhale, we take the left hand out. We're looking at the palm. It's about shoulder height. Then we're going to lift the hand, lift the gaze, lift the chin. Continue to breathe here. And then we'll drop the arm so it's lower than shoulder height. Look down. And then bring the fingers back. Pinky fingers touch. And we'll release those hands down to the lap. Take a few circles with the shoulders. You can move your feet. Yeah, just releasing any tension there. Okay, moving to a little side body stretch. So I'm going to show you the move. Then we're going to add in a little breath. So we'll start with our right hand. We'll reach it up. Here's our inhale. And as we exhale, we'll float the arm all the way back down. Then as we inhale, the left arm will go up and over. And exhale, release. Okay, so that's the movement. We do that often. We're going to add a pause at the top of the inhale. It's just a pause. It's not a clench. It's a moment. Okay? If whenever we work with breath, you feel lightheaded or dizzy or get a headache, then just stop and come back to your normal breath. But it's a little bit of a pause. We'll increase the pause with each stretch. So we'll start with the right arm. Inhale, reach up. Pause. And as you exhale, return. Other hand, inhale. Pause. And return. Now, we'll try with a 2-count pause. Inhaling, right arm, reach up. Pause. Pause. And exhale, release. Left arm, inhale. Pause. Pause. And release. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, or 3-count pause, however you want to do it. We'll inhale, reach up. Pause, pause, pause. And release. Other side, inhale. Pause, pause, pause. And release. Now we'll take both arms up. We'll let go of those pauses. Inhale, reach up. Let the exhale float the arms down. Do that again. Inhale, reach up. Perhaps lift your gaze. Float the arms down. One more time, just like that. Easy sun breath. Circle and sweep the arms up. Look up. Stay here. Continue to breathe. And then float the arms all the way back down to your lap. Take a circle or two with your shoulders, perhaps move your feet and the ankles. And now would be a good time to turn inward and notice how that all made you feel. That simple warm-up sequence, moving the spine, taking gentle twists, big side body stretches with pauses at the top. Have we increased the energy level at all? This is the opportunity to do that pathfinding. Okay, so we're going to open our eyes if they're closed, and then we'll bring the heels back just a little bit, shift the weight forward, push down into the feet, and make our way to standing. And then once we stand up, you can step behind your chair. I'm just going to turn mine around a little bit so that I have it here and I can demonstrate with it. But I'll show you as much as I can, keeping the camera clear here. So the first thing we want to do is find our mountain pose. Feet straight ahead. Feel that connection to the earth. Push down and perhaps get a little bit taller. And then we'll circle and sweep the arms up. Find that sun breath again. And the exhale can float the arms back down. Try that again. Circle and sweep. And then float the arms down. So same pose, but now we're standing. Might give you a little different feeling here. Give it a try. We're going to move now to a warrior one. We're going to add back in that pause with the breath. So let's set up for our warrior one. I'm going to have my right foot forward and my left foot back. I can always keep that chair in front of me close by and put a hand here to support me. Again, I'm going to move back just so you can see a little better. I'm going to bring my right hand to my right hip, or I can leave it on the chair. Either way, I'm going to straighten my legs. So both legs are straight now. That left arm is down. So when we inhale, we're going to bend the front knee, float the left arm up. Let's keep our gaze straight ahead, heart straight ahead. And as we exhale, we float the arm down. So warrior poses are strong poses, right? We're talking about the strength for the journey, for the pathfinding journey here. We're going to repeat this sequence, and we're going to add the pause at the top of each one, a 1, a 2, perhaps a 3 count pause. Okay, so take your time. The first round we'll do just 1. We inhale, bend front knee, sweep the arm up, pause, and come back. Float the arm down, straighten the leg. Perhaps a 2 count pause. Inhaling, pause, pause, and come back down. 1, 2, 3 count pause at this next one. Pause, pause, pause. Float your arm down. Now we're going to let go of the pause. We're going to inhale, bend front knee, sweep the arm up. As you exhale, release your right arm down, or you can keep it on the chair. Your next inhale might float that right arm up. And here we are in our strong warrior one. Gaze, heart center facing straight ahead. As you breathe here, feel the power of that back leg pushing down. Now we'll float the arms down, we'll straighten the leg, and we'll step that back foot forward. Take a breath, see how that feels. We'll do the other side now, left foot forward, right foot back. We're going to keep our left hand on our left hip, and we know that that knee is going to bend and straighten. This stance is comfortable. I don't feel like I'm wobbly. I feel pretty darn stable, and I have enough room for my hips in here. Okay, so that side to side is really important. We're not on a balance beam. So we'll do just one with a regular breath. The leg is straight. We inhale, reach arm up. Exhale, float it down. And now we add that pause. So we inhale, bend front knee. Pause. Exhale, floats it down. Maybe a 2 count pause now. Inhaling. Pause, pause. And release. Maybe 3 counts. 1, 2, or 3, wherever you feel comfortable. And come back down. Now we let go of the pause. We're going to bend the front knee. We're going to take the arm up. As you exhale, release your left arm down, or it could still be on your chair. The next inhale might take that left arm up. And here we are in our warrior one. Our gaze is straight ahead. Our heart is reaching straight ahead. We're pushing down through our feet. Strong, strong pose. Strength for that pathfinding journey. Then we float the arms down, we straighten the leg, and we'll step that back foot forward. Another great moment to turn inside. Notice how that felt. Notice what the energy level's like. That little pause at the top of the inhale can give us a nice little nourishing boost. Okay, we're gonna play with some balance. We have a lot of options to support us today. We can always use the chair. Wall behind us for this next sequence would work, even wall next to us. So we have a lot of choices here. We're gonna come to our mountain pose wherever we are. I can stay next to my chair, next to the wall, back to the wall, okay? Hands to hips, wherever we are. I'm gonna come a little closer to my camera. Okay, so I'm gonna shift my weight into my right leg, bend my left knee, and I'm gonna start to pick up that knee. So I might have my toes on the ground and keep them there. I might, experiment with lifting, or I might take that knee all the way up and just find some balance, some one-legged balance here. I know I have this chair here if I need it. Now let's put the foot back down. We can release, we can wiggle those hips. We'll shift to the other side. I'm putting my weight into my left foot. Now I'm going to bend my right knee. My toes are still on the ground. And then I might work on picking up that knee. I can give myself a few tries, right? I can put the foot down. But there's a lot to learn about ourselves here, right? This side easier, harder than the other side? Good questions, right? I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see where I am. Yeah, lots to learn here. Now let's put this foot back down. Again, we could do it with our back to the wall. Not a bad idea either. Okay, so we're going to move to I'm calling this a little Pathfinder movement. I'm going to move my chair out of the way so that you can see me better. And for this, if we need help, we can always have our hand next to the wall. So that's what I'm going to do. With my hand next to my wall, I'm going to take the outside leg and step forward very slowly as if I'm going for a walk. So as that outside foot comes forward, I notice that the heel will hit the sole of my foot. As the toes come down, my back heel lifts up. Now I have to pick up that back foot and step it forward because I'm going to take another step. So here I am standing on one leg. And we do this every day when we're walking. Now the inside heel hits, the foot comes down, oops, that back heel starts to lift. Okay, one more time, I'm going to step this outside foot forward, put the heel down, put the foot down. As that back heel lifts, I'm going to bring that knee forward and up and come to that balance pose again. Wow. Now, when you're here, you could play with your hands. You could bring them to heart if you wanted to, but we're really just working to find balance from movement. And then release that foot back down. We're going to turn around and go the other way so we can get the other side in. Again, we start with the leg away from the wall. We can keep our fingers on the wall, or we could keep hands at heart center. So stepping out with the leg away from the wall, very slowly, very mindful walk here. The heel strikes the ground. The foot comes down. You'll notice that as your weight begins to shift, that back heel lifts. And then we step that foot forward. And there's that moment when we're standing on one leg. Heel strikes, foot comes down, back heel lifts. Whoops, let's do one more. Heel strikes, foot comes down. Now we're going to take that back knee, we're going to bring it forward and up. And we're going to find some balance here. I can keep my hand on the wall. I could keep my toe on the ground. All of these are good things. But from slow, mindful movement, We've found balance here. And now put that foot back down. Let's shake out the arms, shake out the legs, see how that feels in your body. Okay, so having done that movement, super slow movement, when we slow down the walk, it becomes very much a balanced sequence, right? When we're walking during the day and we don't pay attention, there's a little momentum helping us along, right? That's helping to keep us balanced. But when we go super slowly, wow, then those feet, the ankles, the legs, the core really have to support us. Okay, so having done all that, now we'll move to tree pose, which I'm hoping will seem easier. We can bring palms together. We can put the back against the wall. When I say put your back against the wall, I'm about 2 inches away from the wall, so that if I fall, boop, I can just hit the wall. No problem. But we'll bring our hands to heart. I'm going to shift my weight into my right leg, bend left knee, and then open it out to the side. I can put my heel on my foot on my ankle, or slide that foot up my leg. Take a few smooth breaths here. If you'd like, and you're feeling comfortable and strong, again, you determine your path. You might want to add branches to your tree. And then we'll bring palms back together. Release the knee forward, step down out of that pose. You can wiggle those hips, shake out the standing leg. Yeah, let everything feel good. Take another breath. We'll set up for the other side. I like to keep my toes pretty close together here, big toes close together. I'm going to put my weight in my left leg now. Bend right knee. Open that thigh out to the side, and then decide where you want your foot to be. So I could put my heel on my foot. I could put my foot on my ankle. My toes are still on the ground. Or I could slide that foot up my leg. Wherever feels comfortable for you. This is about where I like to be. Now, as we settle in here, like I notice my foot and my ankle are constantly adjusting to keep me upright. This is right. Yeah, the body is working the way it's supposed to keep us balanced. And once we determine that we feel stable, we could add arms. That's a choice. We could add those branches. Now let's bring palms back together. Release the knee forward, step out of the pose, shake out your standing leg, wiggle your hips, do whatever feels good here. Okay, now something to bring some symmetry back into the body. Again, we can use that chair in front of us for that fingertip control, but we're going to come to our mountain pose. My feet are parallel and about hip distance apart. So they're about 1 fist apart on the floor. Yeah. Let's take the arms forward and up. Let's find a very strong pose here, reaching the arms up, coming into volcano. As we do that, let's keep the lower ribs in. This is not a back bend. We don't want to push the belly out. Keeping the ribs in, we reach up, volcano pose. And then we're going to soften the knees, let the hips go back, float the arms down, come into a little chair. So this doesn't have to be super deep, right? Find where you're comfortable in your chair pose. Push into both feet now. We're going to come back to volcano. Strong, steady gaze ahead, straight ahead, heart is ahead. Lower ribs are in. One more time to chair. Feel the connection of the feet to the earth. Now we're going to push down into the feet. Push down to lift up. We root to rise. Volcano. And one more time back into our chair. So again, you could always stop here with your hands on the back of the chair. We'll stay here for another breath. Can we keep it smooth and even? And now push into both feet. We'll straighten the legs. We'll bring hands to heart. And release those arms back down. We can move those legs. Soften into the knees. Maybe circle the hips a time or two. And we're going to make our way back to seated now. I moved my chair back onto the mat. I brought my blanket back too to connect my feet to the floor, and I'm going to slide back. Slide back. Let's turn the palms up in our lap. One more time, the invitation is to soften or close the eyes and turn inward. Let's notice the energy level now compared to when we started. And come back to that slow, smooth breath. Allow your body to rest and to integrate all of the interesting pathfinding that we did today. Exploring balance, exploring strength, exploring the breath. And then we'll wiggle those toes a bit, wiggle those fingers. Bring the palms back to heart center and take a moment to recall the intention that you set at the beginning of our class. And then release your hands down to your lap. We'll take a circle with the shoulders, open the eyes. I'm going to move to the edge of my chair one more time, connecting my feet directly to the floor. Notice how you feel. I hope you feel a little bit of a boost of energy, a nourishing boost of energy. We'll bring palms together. Tuck your chin and thank yourself for showing up to practice yoga today. And I thank you for allowing me to guide you. Stay well, my friends, and I'll see you again soon.